Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Did I turn this off or is this on? Is it still on? Oh yeah, it's still on. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a caveat of last week's video where I mentioned that I will be giving you guys some tips and tricks of what I did to strengthen my relationship with God, especially when I was first starting out with my walk. So yeah, I have 8 tips for you today, and if you like faith-based content, I post every single week, so definitely hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you're notified every single time I post a video, hit that thumbs up button, and make sure to leave a comment down below. Ooh, so in every video, sometime during the video, I'm gonna put a hidden emoji somewhere either in the background or just somewhere in the video, and you guys can comment the emojis as soon as you see it. Comment it down below and we'll see how many of you can find it. Alright, so let's get into it. So tip number 1, read your Bible. I can't stress this one enough. This is probably the most important tip out of all of them that I'm going to say today, is to read your Bible and really be in the Word, because the Bible is, quite honestly, letters God has left for us. They're love letters. And someone very beautifully put it that the Bible is the only book where the author is completely in love with the reader. And that is so beautiful. Like, just saying it gives me chills. Any problem you can think of that you might be facing in your life, the solution is going to be in the Bible. And I think sometimes we get so caught up in our own problems, we forget that He has given us all the answers we need to solve them. And if they're not our answers, He's given us enough to know that He's going to be there, and all of that's in the Bible. So this is my Bible. I love it. I read it every morning and every night. It's the Women's Devotional Bible, ESV. So this is my everyday Bible. And then I have a journaling Bible. This is my favorite. So the difference between a regular Bible and a journaling Bible is the journaling Bible has space on the sides that allow you to make notes. I know a lot of you have probably seen like people do like cute designs, or they do calligraphy of their favorite verses from those pages, and I think they're so beautiful. If you think you're one of those people, definitely just go for a journaling Bible. You don't have to. A regular Bible is perfectly fine as long as you're taking in the Word somehow. The second way you can do that is by downloading the Holy Bible YouVersion app. I have it on my phone. I absolutely love it. I use it every morning. As soon as I wake up, they send me verses, so the first thing I'm looking at is a Bible verse. And if I'm feeling stuck, if I can't carry my Bible around with me, I just go on the app and I have it right there ready to go, so I don't have an excuse. So that is tip number 1, is to read your Bible. Tip number 2 is to intentionally Bible study. Now, what do I mean by that? When you read the Bible, I've found that this is what I sometimes do. You end up just reading the words that are on the page. You're not really diving into what is the meaning behind these words. Why are they here? Who wrote them? When did they write them? What circumstance were they going through when they wrote them? They help you understand the words better and the circumstances better, and they give them more power, I think, when you know like the history behind it. So the way I love to intentionally Bible study is if I'm studying a verse or a chapter, I will read the chapter that the verse is in, or the full chapter itself, the chapter before it and the chapter after, just to get context, try to figure out who wrote it, why they wrote it, again, where were they when they wrote it, what was their life like when they wrote it. Yeah, so intentionally Bible studying, and it'll also make the Word more interesting, because I know a lot of people think the Bible is a little boring, it's a little old school, but it just depends which version you're reading. If you think that like King James Version might be a little too thou and thou'st for you, definitely get the the standard English version. That's a lot easier. It's like regular schmegular language. But when you intentionally Bible study, I feel like you get a better understanding of what it is that you're reading, and when you understand it, you tend to appreciate it so much more. So tip number 2 would be intentionally Bible studying. Tip number 3 would be to try to incorporate more worship music into your everyday life. I found that this tip really helped me, because the one thing that I do every single day, especially when I was commuting to work, was listening to music. And it really is important what you're taking in, because that's what's feeding your soul. So when you look at things, when you listen to things, when you say things, that's what's feeding your soul. So it's really important you're very particular about what you allow yourself to take in. And I realized that, if you guys have watched my previous video, when my boyfriend would play worship music and then I would listen to my music, like regular music, you can feel the difference, especially with the substance of what the songs are talking about, the language that the songs are using. You really start to like see it's day and night. It really is. So incorporating more worship music will only make you feel better. Like you're just doing one extra thing in your day without really doing anything to bring him glory, to worship him. I'm gonna leave some links down below. If you guys are just getting started with making your playlists, definitely incorporate them. They're so nice, and have fun with it. There's different genres of worship music that you can listen to, and I have praise parties all the time by myself in my room, just listening to some worship music. So definitely try incorporating more worship music into your day. And I'm telling you, as soon as you make that shift and you start listening to regular music again, you're gonna see the difference. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4, this was the hardest one for me, guys. I'm gonna be very honest, is to stop cussing. Stop using swear words. And the reason this was really hard for me was because every other word out of my mouth used to be a swear word, and it became so normal for me because everyone that I used to surround myself with used to use the same type of language. And it definitely became a very societal thing. It's cool if you swear. It's really not. Because you have to be very intentional about the words that are coming out of your mouth. And when I say cussing, I don't just mean swear words, I mean judgment. If you're wishing ill upon someone and you say it out of your mouth, even if you think about it, just stuff like that. And I think for me, I had to really slow down my the connection between my brain and my mouth, because as soon as I think it's out of my mouth, and you end up saying some stuff that you don't really mean, or you don't even realize you've said it until it's too late. So for me, when I've slowed down what I was thinking, and I was like really intentional about the words that were coming out of my mouth, not only did I become more articulate, I was very careful about the stuff that I said. And I really thought about, like, why am I thinking like that? Like, why am I thinking those thoughts? And it helps you start filtering what you're thinking. So slowing down, trying really hard not to cuss, or being more intentional about using words that bring him glory. And I think the best way to do it is, if what you're about to say, if you were to say it in front of Jesus, would you be okay with that? If whatever was coming out of your mouth next, Jesus was in front of you, would you be okay saying it? Probably not. Probably not. So that would be tip number 4, is to stop cussing or stop using swear words and just being more intentional with what you're saying. Tip number 5, start your day with Jesus. I know it is super tempting as soon as your alarm goes off to grab your phone and check Instagram or check Twitter or check your text messages, or check all of those things. But if you start your day with Jesus, he will bless the rest of your day. I never really believed it, because my mom would always tell me to wake up and the first thing to do would be to pray or to read my Bible, or spend 5 minutes with God. And I'm like, Mom, I could spend an hour once I'm done all of my stuff. And I think it's very easy for us, especially in our very fast-paced life, to kind of put God on the back burner. I'll spend time with him later, I'll talk to him later, I'll pray later, I'll read the Bible later. And then when later comes, something else is going to happen, and you're going to keep just pushing it off until it's 2 a.m. and you're like, I'm too tired for that, I'll talk to you tomorrow. And it gets pushed away. The other thing that I noticed is the days that I don't wake up and I spend time with him, the rest of my days are so hectic. They feel very stressful. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I need a minute. I'm just like everywhere. So I think one of my tips is, as soon as you wake up, just have a really quick conversation with him and thank him for the dreams he gave you. Thank him for waking you up in the morning. I think, again, slowing down, spending that time with him, even if it's just the first 5 minutes, that's all you need. 5? We're on 5? Or we're on 4? We're on 5. Tip number 5 would be, try to spend the first 5 minutes of your day with Jesus. Tip number 6 would be to try to surround yourself with faithful people, and that would be to get in community. Even if it's just one other person, you guys can Bible study together, you guys can worship together. That's why a lot of churches have B groups and connect groups to get you in community, to help you find community with other people, just to make you more accountable. And everybody needs community. Jesus needed community. He had his disciples. So definitely getting in community is so important. Even if it's just one other person, you can add me if you would like. We could definitely pray together. We could Bible study together. I'm super down for any of that. Tip number 7 is to incorporate more faith-based content into your day. So either it is watching Christian YouTubers, listening to Christian podcasts, listening to sermons on podcasts. What I found is when I would go onto YouTube, instead of going onto the regular, like looking at makeup videos or looking at what the Kardashians were up to, watching Christian content makers and watching Christian YouTubers or watching sermons really helped motivate me in my faith to keep going. And they just encourage you. You see someone's walk with God and you just get so encouraged to want to be more like that. Again, everyone's walk is so unique, but it's great to have that encouragement, and it's great to see it being walked out. With podcasts and with sermons and stuff, like, you're just getting encouragement all over. And like I said, what you listen to and what you really take in feeds your soul, and you want to be feeding it, AAA quality. So definitely taking in or incorporating more faith-based content into your day, that really helped me. And tip number 8, and my last tip for you guys today, is to pray about anything and for anything. I will pray about anything. If I'm going to be late for work, I'm like, Lord, I don't want to be late. I don't want my bus to be late. The bus might still be late, but you won't. You won't be late because God's going to bless you. He going to get you there on time somehow. I will pray about anything and everything. I always thought that you had to pray about something really big, like, Lord, my friend is sick, I need her to get better, or Lord, this person passed away, I need comfort. God told you could pray about anything and everything. You could pray about literally, like, God, my eyebrows aren't growing in, I need some eyebrows. This lady who did my eyebrows didn't do them properly, I need them eyebrows back. He will bless you, and he literally told you to pray about everything. So I think getting into the habit of just praying about anything and praying about everything is so important, because it helps you form that dependence on him. And when you're dependent on God, you will surrender everything to him, and at the end of the day, that's what he wants. And you also get comfort. If he doesn't give you the answer right away, you've at least slowed down enough to know that, you know what, I let God know. He's gonna take care of it. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Not kidding, just today I had one of those moments. I was freaking out. I didn't know what to do. I literally stopped. I'm like, you know what, God, this is what I'm worried about. This is why I'm worried about it. If you can just help me, that would be great. And because I gave it up to him, I'm like, you know what? I've given it to my manager, so whoever wants to deal with it needs to deal with it with him. So pray about anything and pray about everything. It's going to change your life. Alright guys, that was it for today. Those were my 8 tips on how you can get closer to God. This is what helped me. It might help you. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any other tips that are different than mine, that are similar to mine, or if you've tried some of these tips and how they've helped you. Like I said earlier, if you like this type of content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I do make content every single week. Hit that like button so I know you like this video, and comment down below, share it with your friends, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. See you guys in the next one.